Imagine living every single day of your life without a heartbeat, no pulse, no familiar rhythmic thumping sensation in your chest, and yet you are still alive. You are still walking, talking, breathing. This isn't just a work of science fiction or a fantastical scenario from a futuristic film. This is the completely true and astonishing story of Stan Larkin, a man who defied all medical odds and lived without his own human heart for a remarkable 555 days, and how the incredible advancements of modern medicine enabled him to stay alive with his life-sustaining heart housed in a portable device, a heart in a backpack. Stick with this incredible narrative, because by the time we reach the end of Stan's journey, you'll not only have a deeper appreciation for how your own heart functions, but also a profound understanding of just how far medical science has progressed in its mission to preserve human life. Part 1. Why someone would need to live without a heart. Let's begin by addressing the most fundamental and perhaps most startling question. Why on earth would a person have their heart removed in the first place? What chain of events could possibly lead to such an extreme and life-altering procedure? Stan Larkin was a seemingly ordinary young man from the state of Michigan. He had all the typical passions of a young person his age, including a deep love for basketball and spending time with his friends. However, at the age of 16, his life took a dramatic and unforeseen turn when he suddenly collapsed while playing a game of basketball. Following his collapse, doctors made a critical and life-changing discovery. Stan and his brother were both afflicted with a rare hereditary genetic disorder known as familial cardiomyopathy. This condition is a formidable opponent for the human heart. It causes the heart's muscles to progressively weaken and become unable to pump blood with the necessary force and efficiency. Over time, the heart's function deteriorates so severely that it can no longer support a person's life. For Stan, the only viable long-term solution was a heart transplant. But there was a significant and immediate problem. The process of finding a suitable donor heart can often take months or even years. Stan's condition, however, was rapidly worsening. His heart was failing fast, and he simply did not have the time to wait. Part 2. The radical artificial heart solution. Faced with this dire situation and a patient on the brink, a team of pioneering doctors at the University of Michigan conceived a truly radical and audacious plan. They proposed to completely remove Stan's failing and diseased heart from his body. In its place, they would install a total artificial heart, a sophisticated device designed to keep him alive while he awaited a life-saving transplant. This cutting-edge device doesn't simply assist a failing heart, it completely replaces it. It is in essence a fully functioning machine inside the body, meticulously designed to take over the relentless job of pumping blood throughout the circulatory system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With the TAH, there is no longer a human heartbeat. There is no pulse. There is only the quiet, steady mechanical hum of a machine diligently working to keep a human being alive. Part 3. The mechanics of living without a heart. So, how exactly does this miraculous process work? The total artificial heart is comprised of two distinct mechanical pumps that are engineered to replicate the function of the heart's lower chambers, the ventricles. These pumps propel blood through the body using regulated air pressure. This crucial air pressure is generated by an external machine, And in Stan's specific case, this machine was a Freedom portable driver, a device that weighed approximately 13 pounds. Imagine for a moment having your entire life support system contained within a single backpack. This is what Stan's reality became. This backpack went everywhere he did. It was with him while he was sleeping, while he was eating, while he was showering, and even when he was engaging in one of his favorite pastimes, playing basketball with his friends. Every single moment of every single day, his life was dependent on the small, humming machine that was constantly by his side. Part 4. What it feels like to have no heart. What did this extraordinary existence feel like for Stan? He described the sensation as being both strange and, paradoxically, normal. The most obvious difference was the complete absence of a heartbeat. If you were to place your hand on his chest, there would be no familiar thumping. Instead of a pulse, doctors would monitor his blood pressure using an ultrasound. He described feeling a soft, constant vibration from the machine and hearing its steady, continuous hum, particularly at night. His life was transformed into a meticulous routine of constant vigilance. He had to be incredibly careful, always making sure the batteries were charged, the tubes were clean, and the machine was functioning flawlessly. A single point of failure could have meant death in a matter of minutes. Despite these extreme risks and the constant burden of his condition, he refused to let it prevent him from living his life to the fullest extent possible. Part 5. 555 days of life without a heart. For an incredible 555 days, that's over a year and a half, Stan lived this way. During this time, he traveled, spent valuable time with his family, and even attended basketball games as a fan. While he did require regular checkups at the hospital to ensure the device was operating correctly, he was able to maintain a surprisingly normal life. The backpack became an integral and inseparable part of who he was. People around him would often hear the quiet, steady whirring of the pump, a constant reminder that cutting-edge technology was what was keeping him alive. For Stan, the sound was a beacon of hope, a constant reminder that one day, a true human heart would be his. Part 6. The science behind the machine. Let's take a moment to truly appreciate the sheer brilliance and sophistication of this technology. The total artificial heart is a marvel of engineering. It has the capacity to pump up to 9.5 liters of blood per minute, and it automatically adjusts its flow based on the body's needs, increasing its output during physical activity and decreasing it during periods of rest. The Freedom driver in Stan's backpack was powered by batteries that required daily charging. In the event of a battery failure or a malfunction, a backup battery and a series of emergency protocols were in place. Stan became an expert in managing his own survival, learning how to troubleshoot minor issues, quickly switch out batteries, and even clean the tubes himself. Staying alive was a full-time job, and his story is a powerful testament to how human determination and medical technology can work together in perfect synergy. Part 7. The moment a heart arrives. After 555 incredible days of living on borrowed time, the phone call finally came. A donor heart was available for him. Stan was immediately rushed to the hospital for the life-changing heart transplant surgery. Surgeons meticulously removed the artificial heart and implanted the new, real and beating heart into his chest. For the first time in over a year and a half, his body had a natural pulse. The machine was gone, the backpack was gone, and Stan felt a sense of wholeness once again. The moment he woke up from the surgery and felt the familiar thump in his chest, he realized how profoundly he had missed that simple yet fundamental feeling of life. Part 8. Life after the transplant. The journey of recovery after a heart transplant is far from easy. Stan had to diligently take a regimen of medications to prevent his body from rejecting the new heart. He had to be especially cautious to avoid infections, as his immune system was suppressed to ensure the new organ's acceptance.